It's like 2 weeks in a row.
Fucking learn. All right, so we got the Twitch, we got YouTube, we got audio. We're all grooving out here. We're vibing. Happy to have you with us this week. Oh no, I've got some water on this desk. Anyway, gonna be a little bit of a shorter episode. We usually keep these around an hour and a half plus, mostly because we talk too damn much. But whoa, excuse me, I gotta shut this door too.
You want some water, dog?
Nah, I'm cool. This is a super professional start to this fucking episode. I'll tell you that right now. Like I was saying, generally we usually keep these about an hour and a half or longer, mostly because we talk too much. But this week, there wasn't much bullshit. Skibel says all the big people were on vacation, and Colin was on, but he doesn't usually say shit that gets him in this segment.
Skip doesn't come back.
Oh, you know what he's gonna say next week, Dag? So let's see. LeBron pushed somebody. The Lakers traded for Russ. The Dak got hurt, I think, in practice. He's going to be on one next week for sure. So stay tuned for next week's episode when Bullshit Skip Ed says is going to be an hour long by itself.
We're not going to be able to talk about anything else.
Nothing. But we will. We watched a movie this week. We really got to get better at telling y'all what movie we're watching so you know what movie to partake in.
So you can watch and comment.
Yeah, and subscribe and enjoy the conversation with us. We watched Skyfall. That is the third James Bond movie with Daniel Craig. First one was Casino Royale. Second one was Quantum of Solace. And the third one is Skyfall. We forgot to give a rating for Quantum of Solace, by the way. We mentioned it a little bit last week. I think I gave it well, hold on. Let me pull up our ratings real quick because I want to be accurate. I don't want to give you guys false information. Not that you can see the ratings, but I care.
We can in our hearts.
So overall, let's see. Quantum of Solace, Casino Royale, we gave a 6. I think that's fair. Spy movie, they did some stuff. Quantum of Solace, I gave a 5. I think it was a little weaker than Quantum of Solace. Same action. It, like I said last week, it does have all the chase scenes, which is kind of cool. But mostly, it's just not. It's a step down. It's a mid. And I also want to discuss our rating system a little bit here. I watched this guy on TikTok who does soda review, like small company soda reviews, like Jones Soda.
You better not be the green bean guy.
No. Really small TikToker, like less than 1,000 followers type shit. But he reviews sodas. I'm not like a connoisseur, but I love root beer, so I like to try different root beers and shit. Anyway, I kind of vibe with what you say. What do you mean, though?
Favorite root beer.
Do you mean locally? Do you mean...
Period. The best one
the problem is
touched your lips, fizzled on your tongue.
Okay, the best one I've ever had, I don't remember the name of, honestly, but it was when we were in California. It was at the Old Oaken, or it was called, what was it called? The Old... Beef and jerky and soda jerky. I don't know, but essentially it's in Old Town, California. They specialize in beef jerky and root beer. One of the root beers I got had a cowboy and a fucking barrel on it, and it literally tasted like melted root beer barrels in the glass. It was fantastic. It's the best one I've ever had. Locally,
did it make you cry when you drank it?
No, but I really enjoyed it. Barks is really good if you like a little bit of spice.
Barks is my shit.
Triple X is probably the best you can get in Indiana. Triple X root beer is fucking amazing. Mug is super mid tier. I used to love Mug as a kid. It's not as good anymore.
Mug is
A&W is low for me. I don't love A&W.
I love you so much.
IBC root beer is mid. Spriker's root beer is really good, but it's hard to find here. It's from Wisconsin. So yeah, those are my favorite root beers. But anyway, this guy, he's like, his scale is, instead of it being just a hard 1 to 10, it's a bell curve. So for example, most sodas are a 5. They're regular soda. You can drink it. It's fine. All the way down to a 1 is like, I don't ever want to taste that again.
Fucking Mellow Yellow.
Okay, slow down. Mellow Yellow is decent. All the way. He's never found a 10. He said he's looking for the 10. He's never found it. Just like we've never given a movie a 10. John Wick 3 did get close.
So did Tenet.
10 is actually the closest at 9.7 because we don't give perfect ratings to movies, but I think it's kind of like a bell curve. 5 doesn't mean it's a trash movie. It just means it's okay. It's a one-time watcher. It's not awful. 3, on the other hand, is like, wow, I wish I hadn't seen that type shit. So
Batman
anyway,
Hush. What's the lowest movie we've watched?
I think Wonder Woman might be, or Mortal Kombat. Hush, Batman Hush, we gave it a 6.5. But to be fair, I think
it was good until the end.
And it's animated, so it's a different thing. Mortal Kombat, we gave a 3. Wonder Woman does have a 3.5. Mortal Kombat's awful.
It is terrible.
It's
if it's worse than Wonder Woman 1984, it's pretty bad.
I think it is. I think it is. I probably
that
don't
movie
watch
was
it.
awful.
You know why the Wonder Woman got a half point better was because Pablo guy.
Oh, fucking yeah, Pedro.
Yes, thank you, Pedro. Pedro Pascal was fucking amazing. Do you want to just, since we're on the movie thing, you want to just go into Skyfall?
We could do that.
So Skyfall, like I said, movie 3. Does this one make you feel like you finally know some more stuff? Like you were talking about how you're missing things.
This one I felt like it was an actual full movie. Like the first two, it just felt like there was like a book I should have read between the two of them.
I mean, they are based on the James Bond.
But you know
novels.
what I mean? Like it felt like it was like I missed a TV series or something.
Yeah, I can understand.
I feel like what this is what it's gonna feel like if you watch the next Marvel movie that comes out and you didn't watch any of the shows. That was what those movies felt like.
I can understand that. Personally, I think Skyfall so far by far was the best one of the 3.
Oh, for sure,
without question. I think the bad guy was better. The storytelling was better. The action wasn't as good, but when they did have action, they had some crazy sequences.
The problem with seeing John Wick, and then because to me, when I think of action, that's what I think of. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like to match John Wick intensity, I feel like we do.
When did the first John Wick come out, though?
I don't remember.
Let me look here, because the Casino Royale came out in like 2006. That movie goes way back.
And then Quantum of Solace didn't come out too long ago, right? Like 2018 or some shit.
No, bro. Quantum of Solace came out like 3 years later, 2008, I think.
And I meant this one. Sorry.
Skyfall is 2012.
Yeah,
it's still 9 years ago.
Well, no wonder he's reluctant to do another one. It's been fucking forever.
Yeah.
They just need to make it Idris Elba because anytime I can look at that man is a good day. All right.
Baba Yaga. John Wick, the original came out in 2014. So those first 2 movies aren't going to be as up to date. And also, Keanu Reeves is an actual martial artist. He practices gun disarming. He practices actually shooting. Like you can find videos of him training.
Well, you know why?
Because he's really John Wick.
Because he's the one.
Anyway, he's the one. But so I think that's part of the reason why the action sequences, especially then, don't look as good.
I'm admitting that to me, I do it unfairly because when I think of action,
you're comparing it to that,
or like fucking superhero movies.
Yeah. Super solid. I think it was. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. My wife watched it with me. Do we want to since we don't have as much, we can kind of go into more of the movie. We usually try to keep it like spoiler-free review type stuff. Talk about how it had a good story. The bad guy I thought was pretty good.
My main thing I want to say is Daniel Craig is a really good fucking James Bond.
He is. But have you seen any other James Bonds though?
No. But when I think of James Bond, I don't think of Pierce Brosnan or Sean Connery.
You wouldn't think of Sean Connery though, because he was before your time.
But you know what I mean, though. Like he's an attractive. I guess that's unfair because Sean Connery back in the day was supposed to be a sexy beast.
Pierce Brosnan's pretty sure.
But
Daniel Craig looks really good.
Yeah, and I feel like
those blue eyes are fantastic.
I feel like he could talk me into giving him all my money, which isn't a lot compared to him, especially. But
to be fair, no, I think you're right. I think he's a really good Bond. So you know what? I'm gonna make the executive call. We can talk about the story a little bit here. So if you haven't seen Skyfall from 9 years ago, spoilers. Anyway, so I thought it was awesome that Bond wanted to come back because at the beginning they have that train fight scene. They're trying to get the list of all the names of the M16 agents that are all over the world in mostly terrorists organizations and stuff. And he gets shot and killed, but he doesn't die. How, by the way, did he not die?
Because it's James Bond.
He fucking got shot in the shoulder by Buddy, and then she hit him with a sniper round in the same fucking shoulder. By the way, sheer dumb luck. But anyway.
Or a really good shot.
6 1, half dozen the other. But I think it was cool that he came back. Obviously, you knew he wasn't going to pass the physicals and stuff, but I thought it was cool that M gave him the shot. She's like, I got to trust Bond on this one. And
he saved her shit last time. And then last movie, kind of give that guy the benefit of the doubt.
He shaved her shit a couple times.
But I'm saying...
Yeah. The way they find out that old boy is a former agent or something, like Bond, I feel like you would like Bond, or I felt like you would like Bond a lot, because he kind of gives Batman vibes. He's like a detective.
He's
Batman
super smart.
Without
the fucking suit.
And he kills people. He fed a guy to a Komodo dragon.
Hey, okay. His mom and dad died.
But yeah, I thought it was a really good story. The bad guy being a former M16 agent, MI6, not M16, I always say that. MI6 agent.
That's a gun and an agency, fella. They're not the same thing, okay?
You were right. The MI6 agent, who used to be M's favorite.
Do MI6 agents use M16s?
No, that's an American thing.
They should, though. It makes sense.
It
would throw you for a loop.
You'd be like, I thought the scene when he is chasing dude through the tunnels got a little crazy when Buddy had planned all the way ahead that at this exact moment I'm going to be caught by James Bond and I'm going to have bombs right here so that when I blow it up, the train will try to kill him.
Yeah, I was like the amount of perfect timing you have to have, like you had to have run down that tunnel 1,000 times and took the average of how long it would take so that you knew exactly how many steps to take.
Right. It was a lot of bullshit. His planning was really cool. I didn't know that you could like ingest the cyanide and not die. Pretty sure that's kind of crazy.
I think it depends on how much.
Because Buddy chewed the capsule and his face was all fucked up. That was really gross. But then he escapes. Let's see, what else was there towards the climax that I really enjoyed? When he grabs M, when Bond grabs M, and they go to his garage and he gets out the old car, that is the original James Bond car, the gadget car, the DB9 that was like the first Bond car. You know, because in the other Bonds, not these three, but in like the Pierce Brosnan, the Sean Connery, he would always get a car. The whole thing was Bond would get a cool car. It would shoot missiles out the headlights. Cool, it would do gadgets, flips and shit. Yeah, they would have a scene where, you know how when he goes and he's looking at the painting and the quartermaster comes over and gives him his gun and the radio thing. They would have scenes like that where Bond would be, or like in Van Helsing, when he goes and he gets his gadgets before the trip. They would do that shit.
Yeah. And
so part of the thing was always that he would get a car, and the DB9 was the first car. And I was like, oh, that's sick. I liked the booby trapping the house. I thought was sick. His old boys' home where he lived. I thought that was really cool. But I thought, now spoilers, M dies. They buried her. So
did they bury her or did they bury a body double?
Anyway, I'm not putting up with your bullshit today.
$20 as she shows up in the next one.
There you go. Shake on it. Now, just so we're clear, I've not seen any movies. I'm not hustling you. I don't want you to come here next week and be like, well, this motherfucker stole my money because he knew. No, I don't know. And I kind of felt like I knew M died, but I wasn't sure.
I thought that was the last. This has been the last one, right? Is there one more with him in it?
Spectre came out in 2015, 3 years later, and they're doing another one that comes out this winter, which would be really cool. We get through the 2 movies and we go see it together, come back and review it on the podcast. That would be sick.
And talk shit about it.
Probably.
That's what I do.
It is what you do. But I thought it was real. Oh, God damn it, you made me lose.
Has he done the most James Bond movies, or is that still Sean Connery?
I think it's still Sean Connery. He did Octopussy. It's a real name. It's the real name of a movie.
That's a real name of a chicken there. Yeah.
You made me lose my train of thought. We were talking about M dying. Oh, I felt like it was pretty obvious that she was going to die about halfway through the movie when they kept emphasizing his relationship with her. They kept like shoehorning her into, like, not shoehorning because she's a part of the story, but they were like really about how M's letting him do stuff.
Kept
M's
bringing
with him.
It back to her.
Yeah, and then like when they're on their trip and they're preparing the shit, you're like, oh, she's gonna die, right? Like she's not gonna make it out. And I thought Buddy, who was helping him at the house, wasn't gonna make it out either. I thought M and the guy were gonna die, but I was 100% sure one of them was gonna die. Yeah, it was a very good movie. I gave it. Decent. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I thought it was satisfactory. I gave it an 8. That might be a little high. I'm willing to go down to like a 7, but I felt like it was definitely better than the first 2.
Probably split the difference, 7.5.
All right, I'm down with that. Because you had 7.
No, I just that way because I know
8 does feel high. I'm not gonna lie, 8 feels high.
I hold.
Because we had Equalizer 1 at an 8, and I definitely don't think it's as good as Equalizer 1. But maybe.
Are they going to make a third one? I think they're going to.
They are making a third one, but it's not coming out till next year, I think. So yeah, if you want to know, we do have all our movies written down. I have a little notepad here.
why don't you give
dog! We didn't even.
Why don't you give everybody a refresher course?
All right, we'll refresh the movies, and then we'll go into how we score them, which we just didn't do for this movie, but we'll do it after the fact. So we started this a few months ago. We haven't been as consistent as I would like, but we'll get back in the stink.
Well, sometimes we skip a week, and then the other things take precedent.
Yeah, and what the goal was a movie one week, and then we talk anime or something the next week, and then we just kind of have a rotation. That way, if you're not into anime or whatever, you could tune in next week and catch the Marvel movie we're going to talk about or whatever. So far we've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 movies. Arrival, John Wick, 1, 2, and 3, Equalizer 1 and 2, Knives Out, Hush, the Batman animated movie, which we should watch more of those. I've heard there's The Long Night.
There's one coming out with Jensen Ackles. He voices Batman.
Halloween, I think. Something like that.
And the guy that played M'Baku in Black Panther is going to be voicing Batman in something coming up. Might be The Long Night. I don't know.
Hush, Wonder Woman 84, trash. Tenet, almost perfect. Which is weird. We watched Wonder Woman, which was our lowest ever score, and Tenet, which is our highest ever score.
We watched
back
Tenet,
to back.
Yeah, Tenet and then fucking Wonder Woman.
Which was weird. We've got Snyder Cut, King Kong Godzilla, Shazam, Casino Royale, Mortal Kombat, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall. Here in a week or two, we'll watch Spectre is the name of the next one. I did look it up because I was curious what was next. And then who knows after that. But yeah.
If you have any ideas, well, listen.
I mean, we'll definitely shoot us a little back and forth. Anyway, we grade the movie on 4 criteria: visuals, story, acting, and fight choreography, if there is any. If there's not, we'll kind of like push that to the side. Like James Bond had a couple visually cool shots, but this director I felt like didn't. There wasn't like.
He wanted to tell a story.
He told a good story. Like for example, when Bond is swimming in the pool in Tokyo, and that coming in shot of the pool, like on Tokyo, that was a really cool shot. When he's standing on the road, right before they go to the house, and it's like all the expanse of Ireland. Is it Ireland? Scotland? I can't remember where they're at. One of the two. And it's like a misty haze. It's just a really beautiful shot. It has some cool visuals. Story, like I said, this was the best story by far. Giving us some backstory on Bond, having an old MI6 agent, just good stuff. I think the acting, not Pierce Brosnan, God, Daniel Craig, fantastic Bond. I think M did a great job.
Jane Judi Dench,
yes, and the black girl,
Dame Judi Dench,
who shot Bond to start with, I thought she was really good. Choreography, the fight scenes were also really good, but you could tell, at least I felt like you could tell, but maybe it's just because he was coming off an injury and being gone, he was supposed to look a little slower. It just didn't feel like as clean. But I think that was part of the point.
Maybe it's supposed to look sloppy, because
so maybe he actually should get a bonus point in there. But those are generally what we do: visuals, story, acting, and choreography. And each of those obviously can have a different rating, and then it will affect the overall score. But most of that's just our opinion. It's all our opinion.
I was going to say this whole show is nothing but our opinion.
But yeah. So anyway, Skyfall, really good. If you like James Bond movies, you should check out these Daniel Craig ones. They're really good. Maybe when we get done, we'll go back and pick up a Pierce Brosnan or something so you can see the difference. My favorite was always Die Another Day. Maybe because Halle Berry was in it, but that's not the point here. We're not talking about that.
Is that the one where he surfs that ridiculously fake wave?
Yeah, I think it is.
Terrible.
It is one of the worst visually put in.
Like literally,
ever.
If you watch lists,
it's on the top. It's pretty awful. However, like I said, Halle Berry's in it.
And if you want to watch a movie with Halle Berry, just watch Swordfish. You actually get to see her boobies.
This is a children's show. It's not a children's show. I like it.
We are children for sure, but this is not a children's show.
Halle Berry, red bikini, diamonds, all covered in. She's covered in diamonds.
Did you not just hear what I just said?
Yeah. Listen, anyway, enough about Halle Berry's boobies.
Too. It's a sad movie, but she has a sex scene in it.
Anyway,
if you really want to go there about it,
I don't. I was just saying I enjoy that movie.
But I'm saying,
as a kid, as a youngin,
sure.
as a young boy, you're.
And then she also has one of the worst movies ever made on her resume.
Catwoman.
I have never. Have you ever tried to watch the whole thing?
I've never seen it. No.
I think I've seen like 5 minutes of it, and I was like, all right.
All right. So we talked Skyfall. That's off the list. Next up, let's go sports. Do you want to do sad sports? Say that for the end, or you want to talk about the NFL? What do you think?
You want to save the sad for the end, or
you want to drop down and then come up?
No.
That's roller coaster, right? We were up here, now
we can do that if you want.
So like we said last week, or maybe we didn't say, or maybe this was a this week thing. Simone Biles pulled out of the team event in the Olympic gymnastics. I think she was going to do her floor routine. That might be a singles competition. I don't know, but essentially there's a team, and then there's individual stuff. She pulled out of the team stuff. Initially citing injury, but essentially it was just mental health. She said the mental wasn't there, and I felt like I was going to be doing my teammates and my country a disservice if I went out there and tried to perform like that. There was a clip of her doing some banana shit off the pommel horse, like she runs and does like 14 flips and it lands, right? And I guess it's a common thing with the gymnasts is when the mental game gets off, or when they're having like the yips, they call it in baseball or other sports, when they're spinning, so you're spinning one way, and so you're essentially all your axes are spinning at the same time, and it's really hard to find your point and stick the landing. And if you lose yourself in the air, you can fall and get seriously injured. It happened to a Russian Olympian, I believe, broke her femur or something. Anyway, it's really dangerous. And there's a clip, she's flipping in the air, and you can see the moment where she's like, she stops spinning, she has no idea where she is. She somehow still lands and is able to score the jump, even though it was only like a half of what she's supposed to do. And the announcer lady's like, that's crazy. She had no idea where she was in the air and was still able to land and not die, essentially. She was like, she's a super athlete, but you could tell something was wrong. Anyway, people suck.
Are losing their fucking mind, bro.
I saw videos like Michael Jordan would never quit in the finals, not talking about how he retired 2 times. You would never see like a pitcher in baseball like sit out or whatever because he wasn't feeling it that day.
Ben Roethlisberger once sat out because his head hurt after a hit. So like, yeah, but no,
it's not.
The problem with mental injuries, I guess you could call it, because she's not hurt, or she didn't.
Right. She doesn't have a physical injury like her knee.
You can't see it.
Right.
It's like concussions. You can't see them. So literally, it's trusting the person saying it. It's just like depression. You know, like, I can't see that you are, so I have to trust you, and a lot of people don't.
And here's the other thing. You can't compare Michael Jordan, let's say if in a hypothetical world, he did sit out a finals game for the
flu game. So he sat out the flu game.
He sat out the flu game because he was too sick, couldn't play. Is that the same for the Chicago Bulls as sitting out for the entire country of the United States? Who, this woman now, she's 28, is...
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I think so. Or she's 20... I think she's 28. She's either 24 or 28. It's one of those 4s. But she's undisputed the greatest gymnast of all time. People call her the greatest athlete on the planet. They're calling her... You know, she's the greatest Olympian of all time. I mean, it's still Michael Phelps. But these are things people are saying about her. And she's representing
Michael Phelps for
the
sure.
country of the United States.
Right.
And she feels like she can't perform up to her level, and you want her to go out and go because it make you feel better? Dog, I know for a fact he'd be like, I would have stuck that landing, fucking Cheeto hands, motherfucker. Like, come on, bro.
I also heard people were saying that she sat out because they knew they weren't going to give her a high grade because she's black. And I was like,
what?
I was like, you know, there are like entire countries
See, that's how you know people.
They want to make it about race,
and not even just making about race. Dog, did you listen? She specifically said, "I went out there and tried to warm up. My mental game wasn't there. I wasn't gonna put my teammates at risk for losing by being selfish. First of all, second of all, she could have hurt herself. Third of all, not only our whole country's black." The Olympic Committee came out and said, you are doing shit too difficult. We don't want other people attempting it and hurting themselves, so we're going to score you less. The Olympic Committee said that. They didn't say because she's black. Obviously, they're going to give Nigeria only get 7 because they're black. Fucking stupid. No, it's because
nobody else can do what she can do.
So, dog. That's like saying, hey, Steph, you only get a point for shooting threes because you're so good at it. What? Don't even make any sense. Where's Ben? I want a Ben button. What? Anyway, I just, dog, people suck, man. Like, let this young woman do her thing, man. Because if she comes back and does the individual routines, are people gonna crucify her then?
I don't know.
Or are they gonna let her off the hook? What if she just never competes again because y'all bullied her into retirement? Because
people don't care. That's at the end of the fucking day. That's all it is. People love talking shit about shit that's in front of them.
Yeah, and behind them sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people suck. But I just let Simone Biles go, man. If y'all really think she's the GOAT and you feel like she can't call herself that anymore, go sit in your corner, man, and smell your own farts because nobody cares.
Well, once again, it's just like
Also, she was with the Michigan State guy who was molesting girls. She was there. She was she wasn't the first, but she was in the first wave of girls who came out and spoke out against that motherfucker.
Kayla Maroney.
Bro. So not only is she a mental fucking sexual abuse survivor, she built her own gymnastics place that young girls can go and train. They're going to be safe and not, they're going to be coached right and not cussed at like the way they did in the old days. Like, she's fucking amazing and she can do whatever the fuck she wants. If she feels like she can't compete that day, let her go, because I guarantee she knows more than you do. She's forgot more than you know. So fuck you.
That and if you don't know anything about that realm, maybe shut the fuck up.
Listen, I talk shit, but that's because I'm okay with people ridiculing me. That's why it's on the internet for y'all to see. I'm gonna say dumb shit. Yeah, facts. I don't know, man. It makes me sad to see how people. I thought we were past that.
I hope you're okay, Simone.
Definitely.
Whenever we hit it big and you see this, I hope you're okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I support your choice to sitting out.
Definitely, man. I was trying to listen to another Chael Sonnen video who was talking about it, but yeah, let her go, man. Let her do her thing. She needs to.
She's close, right, to being the greatest Olympian of all time.
If they scored her properly, she might already be. Not that they don't. Not that her score. She still won in spite of that. I'm just saying.
Hear me out. I'm probably gonna get a little not anti-Olympics, but I find what she's done more impressive than what Michael Phelps has done. Simply because the physical, the risk of getting hurt is more to me in gymnastics than it is swimming.
Infinitely.
So that's why it makes it more impressive. Not to say what Michael Phelps did.
I counter with this? Not yet, simply because, and now, like you just said, in gymnastics, the length of time you can do it is shorter. Whereas in swimming, you can do it longer. He did perform and has 26 gold medals, 27.
How many does she have?
Like 6. So.
All right, I retract.
So.
I didn't know she. Because I've seen a picture with all her medals.
Yeah, that's.
But I can't. I went to Elkhart school, so I can't count.
I think she was only got 6 or 7. Not that saying that's only.
More than what I got.
I would get.
You don't even have the one that Kurt Angle got with a broken freaking neck.
Facts.
Which, by the way, that's true.
It is true.
That is fucking insane, bro.
Neck injuries are weird, bro. Neck injuries are weird.
But
see, I wish I would have listened to Aaron Rodgers' fucking press conference because he had a lot of shit to say. Apparently.
Here we go. Good. You know what we call that, ladies and gentlemen? Segue.
That was the worst segue of all time. Kurt Angle's broken neck, Aaron Rodgers. Like.
I mean, I didn't say it was a good one. I just said it was one.
That's how my brain works. I was thinking about press conference. It's true. So Aaron Rodgers is back with the Green Bay Packers.
With a huge fucking asterisk next to it.
What's that?
They literally were like, yeah, you come back and then you can go wherever the fuck you want next year.
He said that. Not only, so he took a pay cut.
Why? For Devontae?
I don't know why. He took a pay cut coming into the year. He's only going to make $26 million this year.
Only? Did you just... I almost pushed you out.
His cap hit for next year is $46 million.
I almost pushed you out of your chair.
46-26.
I almost pushed you out. I'm going to push you out of your chair.
He got the Packers to trade for Randall Cobb. Oh boy, that was a stupid ass move there. But essentially, he came back and was like,
Randall Cobb is the perfect example. It's like Jordy Nelson of like, yeah, I'm good, but I'm only as good as my quarterback. Neither one of them did shit after they left.
To be fair,
Jordy Nelson's talking about coming out of retirement, coming back and playing for them.
Jordy Nelson is a billion, so
he's better than Alan Laser.
No, Laser Beams fucking got it made out there. But so essentially, he was like,
you said that with a straight face.
What am I supposed to call him?
No, that you said he's got it made out there. I don't
he's killing it, dog.
Is he?
He's. Skip tries to make it seem like Alan Lazard's like a super player. He's like, oh, he in the first half of his Iowa State game against fucking Kentucky, he had 5 catches and a game-winning touchdown. Come on, that's a superstar right there. Skip, he was drafted in the 5th round,
and it was college.
And it was Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Actually, I don't know.
It was against Kentucky.
Walker, Tucky, right over there. Hey, but anyway, so essentially he came back and he was like, listen, I didn't like the way they've been treating me. I don't like how they drafted a quarterback without giving me a heads up. They could have given me a heads up.
They should have given him a heads up.
Not only did they draft a quarterback, they haven't drafted me any offensive help at all whatsoever. None. Oh, we had Devontae Adams. That was an accident. You didn't expect him to be that great.
And you don't get props for being lucky.
Yeah. His GM, he was like, the GM pissed me off. And they asked him if he's staying after this year. He's like, look, I'm all in for this year. I'm going to come to win a Super Bowl in Green Bay this year. We'll talk about next year. But essentially, he got one of them void years at the end and got all this extra money. But it's essentially, he's here for this year. After that, it's up for grabs. So
yeah, I don't think Devontae Adams is going to sign a contract.
No.
I think they're going to go somewhere together.
That'd be cool. Washington.
I'm telling
you. You were on the... Speaking of, another fucking hard right. The other way I showed you was left. This way would be right. Anyway. I think I'm going to pick the Panthers. I was waffling. I had said Panthers before, but I was waffling Panthers and Giants.
In our league?
Yeah. For 22. I was Panthers heavy, and then I was like, but the Giants... Yeah, Daniel Jones is buns, but that offense is fucking loaded, but the defense is ass. Whereas with the Panthers, the offense has CMC and not much else, but the defense has got three solid corners.
DJ Moore? He's decent.
Oh, he is really good, but I don't know who their second receiver is. I think they
drafted Curtis Samuel.
Nope, he's in Washington. But anyway, yeah, so I think I'm going to go full Panthers. Back in the Green Bay.
Me and Mo are going.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to pick a third division. I was stuck between the NFC South, Tom Brady, Jameis Winston, Matt Ryan, or fucking Sam Darnold, or Dak, Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, and question mark. I mean, that's Fitzpatrick, but still. Taylor Heineke? No.
Yeah, Heineke.
Taylor Heineken?
Heineken. That would be a way better name. At least
anyway,
make you think
so as a Bears fan, I'm very sad because I was really hoping he was going to go like to Denver or something and fuck off or retire for a year, do whatever Aaron Rodgers do. But unfortunately, he's going to come do what Aaron Rodgers does and throw a lot of touchdowns.
Denver didn't make any sense because all of the trade packages that were offered, you're giving up all of the reasons he would be good in Denver.
There was the weapons?
Yeah, like you're talking about trading like Jerry Jeudy and...
he's got to have Jeudy. He's got to have Jeudy and
That's the whole reason why Denver would have made sense. Like
if
you like package like fucking Von Miller and a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh yeah, the Panthers got AJ Bouye. Deontay Jackson, and Jason Horn.
86 speed, so...
Alright, run in the zone.
Get burnt up.
I can get burnt up. Bet I don't get burnt up.
I used to have
But what receiver on the 49ers is burning me up?
Fucking Debo, the 3 games a year he plays.
If it's one of the games I'm playing, I'm going to be sad. Y'all get young quarterbacks, and I got fucking Sam Darnold.
I got to figure out a way to trade Yimster.
I'll take him.
For what?
Sam Darnold.
A pack of chips?
I'll give you some
leftover.
Okay, so how about this? You know how they have cold shrimp and hot shrimp? I'll give you leftover hot shrimp that's now cold with tartar sauce. What's the sauce they dip it in? The red sauce.
Cocktail sauce.
I use some cocktail sauce.
You're not giving me any cocktail sauce. I'll tell you that much right now.
Is they call it cocktail sauce because the shrimp tails are left over?
Fuck if I know.
I made that up. I don't know.
You
listen.
Drink a cocktail.
Back here. So, Green Bay is going to be good this year, obviously.
Sure.
I think they're...
Sure going to be real talented football
They're going to be less...
Randall Cobb pushed them over the edge.
I'm fucking doing a thing here.
I just want you to remember they got Randall Cobb.
They're going to be less successful than they were last year. They're not going to go to the NFC Championship game. He's going to play really well. They're going to lose if they make the playoffs, which I think is pretty likely because there's an extra wild card team and... The Giants or the Vikings kind of can choke sometimes. So, like, they could still win the division and then they're going to make a playoff game anyway. But I don't think they make it more than a round.
Who knows how long Chicago's going to wait it out before they start Justin Fields.
Even so, the Bears aren't a playoff team this year. Next year, they'll be a playoff team. But I think it's going to be a night. He's going to have by the end of the season, he's going to have a very easy, oh, hey, look, I maxed out what we can do here and move on. I think it's going to be a good breakup. Obviously... He will be a free agent, I think, and so will Devontae. So I think they're just they can team up wherever they want to go.
Washington. Where else though? Let's be serious. Washington makes a whole lot of sense.
Okay, so Washington makes sense. The Giants make sense because the Giants have as much offensive talent as anybody in the NFC.
I'll argue no, only because Washington already has a built defense.
But that defense is also old, though. Ryan Kerrigan's old. I think one of their corners is old.
Chase Young. That's all I gotta say.
His nickname is the Predator, and I really like that though because the dreads hang out the back. I think it's sick.
And he's coming for you right now.
1, 2, Freddy's coming. But no, I think Aaron Rodgers coming back is good for the NFL. Bad for me, but it is what it is.
I wanted him to sit out and play for a new team this year, just because I like all that nonsense. Anyways, speaking of rebuilding teams,
wait. What are you gonna talk about?
The Cubs.
No, I want to stick with football for a minute.
All right, we can stick with
all right, so the Athletic is a well-known sports. They're like Pro Football Focus, just a little better.
Except it's not BIP.
It's not BIP. The Athletic is actually does journalism. But anyway, so they put out their list today of they had their quarterback tier list, which apparently I already took screenshots earlier, but whatever. They put out their quarterback tier list, which they do every year before the season starts. Now, because I'm not paying for the Athletic, fuck that. I only have the first tier description, but that's the only one I really want to talk about, and we'll go through the rest of the list later. Now, according to the Athletic, tier 1, okay, a tier 1 quarterback can carry his team each week. The team wins because of him. He expertly handles pure passing situations. He has no real holes in his game. Colin Cowherd was talking about it, and he defined it as tier 1 is you don't need to worry about the quarterback situation. They carry their team every week. I'm good at quarterback. Okay? So I just emphasize all that, make all that known. Before we get to tier 1, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5 tier 1 quarterbacks.
In the NFL?
In the NFL. 5. That's all there are. Aaron Rodgers. Duh.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes. Duh.
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Next.
Russell Wilson.
Okay.
And Deshaun Watson.
Get the fuck out of here.
With which part?
Deshaun Watson.
Why?
The only thing he's good at is...
Don't finish that statement. We don't know anything. Let's not. But I will say...
I was going to say losing games.
He threw for almost 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns.
I'll tell you what he's not good at.
Stop. Winning games.
Getting massages.
God damn it. We don't know. Yes. Anyway. Yes. You know there's only one player in that list who's not a tier 1 quarterback.
Yeah, fucking Russell Wilson. He's only a quarterback half the year.
Okay, there's
Remember
two.
when he threw that
okay,
lollipop?
There's two.
Remember when he threw that lollipop to Buda Baker? Remember that?
He did float them up.
You know, everyone talks about DK on that play.
Because they should.
You know what they don't talk about? That terrible fucking
It was
throw.
a bad throw.
But it was a terrible... But it was a fucking...
But DK made up for it,
first of all.
And then the defense stood on its head and didn't allow any points. So, what really happened? Okay, thank you. Now, Tom Brady. I'm gonna reread a couple things here. According to Colin, it says you don't got to worry about the quarterback position, and Athletic basically says he carries his team every week. Tom Brady left New England because he could no longer carry his team every week. Thank you for your time. Moving on. I don't have any problems with the rest of the list, or with the rest of the top tiers. I think when you think about pure quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, Russ, Mahomes, and Rodgers obviously are the top tier. I don't have a problem with that. Tier 2. Which I can't read the Athletics definition because Colin says they should be willing to listen for trade calls for their quarterback. Colin's an idiot. If most of these teams listen to trade calls, I have problems. Josh Allen, Lamar, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Herbie, Matt Ryan, Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill, Joe Burrow. So they have 14 quarterbacks in their top 2 tiers, which makes sense.
I don't like that Stafford's up there. I feel like he's a little high.
So here's the thing. The Athletic, I think Colin says this article is like 15 GMs, like 20 scouts. Like it's people who are in and talk about and all they care about is quarterbacks, getting the quarterback right. For lay people like us, I agree. I don't think Matt Stafford's the 7th, 8th best quarterback.
Both Matts in there shouldn't be in there.
Who's the other Matt? Ryan? Ryan's definitely down up too high, but I agree. But NFL people love Matthew Stafford.
Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill is underrated.
How?
I think
How, Sway? Tell me how. How is he overrated? How is he underrated?
because you.
How hard is it to play quarterback when ain't nobody looking at you, but they're looking through you to 22? How?
They look through him to 22. He's still got to make throws.
What throws?
Bro, my guy is literally top 5 in every yards, completions, TDs.
Though.
Okay, let me ask you this.
If you have a 2,000-yard rusher, yeah, no one should expect. Oh wait, guys, we really got a game plan this week. We're playing Ryan Tannehill. Make sure we're on our fucking shit.
No. Hey, question: who was the Vikings quarterback in 2012? Who was the Vikings quarterback in 2012? Because it should be easy to put up great numbers as a quarterback, right? Right? Because Adrian Peterson won MVP, comeback player of the year, and had 2,000 yards rushing that year. Tell me who the quarterback was. He made a lot of plays. It was super easy, right?
Christian Ponder?
No.
Who was it?
I don't actually know. I think it was Tavares Jackson, probably. That might be too far back. But either way, you can't recall his name off the top of his head. You know who Ryan Tannehill is.
But they were both in the same spot come Super Bowl time. So why are we even talking about it?
I hate when you do that. I fucking hate when
Yes!
Yes! Joe Burrow's entirely too high. He played like 6 games and we don't know where he was at.
I mean, I wasn't going to bring him up.
Joe Burrow's too high. So first of all, if
you're taking phone calls for Josh Allen,
you're an idiot. You're taking phone calls for Justin Herbert? You're an idiot.
Did you see that throw he made today? You want to know why I would take phone calls for him? Just to laugh at whatever the offer. Hello?
Did you see the throw he made today, though? Oh, my God. I know you don't like practice throws, but it was against the DB. It was against people.
Herbie Hancock.
Hold on, dog. You got to see this fucking throw, dog. This shit don't even make sense.
So you guys enjoying the Olympics?
Look.
Can I make it sound like
so he's rolling to his right, okay? I think if that's the 50, 40, so he's at the 35-ish, right? Wait.
On the move?
Bro, that DB stopped running. He thought the ball wasn't going to get there. And it just kept fucking going, bro. Look, dog.
That's 3-time Super Bowl winner Herbie Hancock.
He launched that motherfucker. Anyway, Herbie's definitely in.
I really want that kid to have a fucking spectacular career. I like Justin Herbert.
If we have to rearrange this, right? If we have to rearrange this, though, how would you do it, though? Because you got Josh and Lamar. I agree. I could flip either of those. I'm fine with that. Do you go Dak?
Yeah, Dak.
Herbie?
Kyler.
Then
only reason why I say Kyler's above Herbie is because he's been in the league one more year.
And Herbie's,
you know what I mean?
But Herbie's way.
Because there is something. I know we got an argument with this about Patrick Mahomes once, but it is true. A lot of quarterbacks suffer from sophomore slump. Not a lot, but like I think about.
We argued going into that, and who was right about that?
Well, I literally said you were right.
I just wanted you to say it again. Christ. I like it.
Gets you off. That's what disturbs me. Really anyway, I like to wait before the third year before I really judge a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm fair with that.
But still, I like Herbert. I think he's going to be fantastic.
So then we get to tier 3, which Colin's definition, again, I can't read the athletics, but Colin's definition is the team should be making calls to upgrade their quarterback. I think that's probably a pretty fair assessment, judging
by
like
half the league, though, right?
Right, which is the point. So we got tier 3 is Derek Carr, Ben Roethlisberger.
What's your true feelings on Derek Carr?
Kirk Cousins light.
Like, you think he's worse than Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, is it the situation that he's in, or is it just him?
A situation. He's had a really, really good year, but the pieces around him haven't been as good as that.
They took Amari away from him.
Not only Amari, the defense got worse. They traded Mack. They just fucked up his entire offensive line this season. All gone.
I don't fucking feel like Gruden is trying. He's like, fuck it, I got my money. I'm gonna bail on this team after the 10-year contract.
So anyway, we got Derek Carr, Big Ben, Baker, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Yimmy, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is a little higher. I think he is bad. Daniel Jones is bad. Do you see him fall over himself?
Like, he's had, 2 good plays? He had the one where he ran up the middle, and that's just because the defense didn't think he could run.
Yeah.
And then...
And the comeback against Tampa, I think his first start or something.
Yeah, when nobody had any tape on him.
And then tier 4 is Sam Darnold, Jameis Winston, Teddy Bridgewater, Cam Newton, Andy Dalton, Tua, Jalen Hurts, Drew Lock, Tyrod Taylor, Taysom Hill, and Joseph Flacco.
I think. Damn it! What was one of those quarterbacks?
Basically, I want to talk about that so I could yell about y'all about Tom Brady.
I think Darnold's too low.
I agree.
Again, man, he's gotten a lot of flack for some shit.
You could flip Darnold and who was that guy?
Fucking Big Ben.
No. God damn it.
Big Ben.
Daniel Jones.
Who shouldn't be allowed to go to the bathroom unsupervised.
Why are we bringing up old shit?
It happened, didn't it?
Was he convicted? He also almost died in a motorcycle accident. You remember that? I think like his second year or something.
Good. Did you find out why? Because he was being reckless on that motherfucker.
Was he?
Yeah, doing wheelies and shit.
You don't know.
Yes, I do.
How did Big Ben do a wheelie? That motherfucker is 6'7". How the fuck?
And it's the only quarterback that runs a slower 40 than fucking Tom Brady.
But Tom Brady goes down like with a light breeze. Big Ben be shrugging off 300-pound line.
Dog, like
built like a shit.
Looks like a high school sophomore going up against like 6th graders.
Little kids just flying and
fucking.
Shit. Hold on, what's this?
How many 6th graders at one time do you think you could take on?
6th grade? That's kind of old, bro.
Like 2
at once, probably like 4. Cause I'll mentally fuck them up so bad they won't want to come in waves.
Show them a picture of
was it this one?
Beebs.
Oh no, I already talked about those tweets. I thought maybe I had some more tweets from Barry just to fuck up Tom Brady a little bit more. But honestly, how can you, with a good heart and clear mind, put Tom Brady as a tier 1? Oh, he can carry his team every week and he wins because of that. They win because of him. How can you do that when literally 1 full calendar year ago he couldn't do that with the team he had? No, they went 14-2 or whatever, but most of that was defense. And then he leaves in the offseason because they don't have enough weapons. And he goes to the most loaded offense in the NFL this side of Kansas City.
Oh, and he loaded it up even more.
He added Antonio Brown and Gronk and Leonard Fournette. And, by the way, they had the best defense in the NFL last year. And the best defense in the playoffs. But you're right. He carries them every week. They win because of Tom Brady, right? Ooh. I got to tell you, it was fucking my brain up. Because I put my hands up like this, right? You can see my ring. In my brain, that's this hand. I was confused as fuck as how I could see the ring but not feel it on my hand. That's because, on the other hand, this fucks me up.
You good, dog?
Yeah, man, I'm chilling. Speaking of chilling, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers real quick for one more thing. Madden's put out their top 10 at each position. I called this one up specifically, mostly because it'll piss him off. Top 10 linebackers in Madden 22. Fred Warner, that's your guy, 94 overall. That'll be your user. I'm really jealous about that. Number 2, Levante David, 93. Bobby Wagner. I got in a fight with some people on TikTok because I said Bobby Wagner slowed down a step, but I digress. Demario Davis, number 4. Eric Kendricks, number 5. Darius Leonard, number 6. Roquan Smith, my guy, number 7. That's Mo's user. Number 8, Dante Hightower. Number 9, Miles Jack. Number 10, Deion Jones. Did I miss anybody? Did Madden miss anybody?
I feel like there is somebody, but I don't.
Your user from Tampa?
Devin White?
Not on the list, not top 10.
Houseway. You see him in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, he was awesome. Levante David did lock up Kelsey in the Super Bowl, but
did he?
He did.
I was very upset that Travis Kelsey is a 99 overall. He played like a whole ass bitch in that Super Bowl.
Okay, one game. He still was a fucking monster.
No, it's not one game. It's the game. All year.
Okay.
Where were you at? Falling down like a little girl.
Hey, he covered up the ball, dog. You didn't want to fumble that.
Hey, what happened?
Where was Tyreek Hill? Where was the rest of the Chiefs' offense?
Oh, I'm for sure Tyreek Hill should not be as high as overall as he is. He was trash in the Super Bowl, too.
He is too high overall. However,
he does one thing.
Yeah, better than anyone else. And he also doesn't do one thing. He's become a very well-rounded receiver. He runs every route. He makes great catches. I hate that you made me do this to you, Doug.
I'm asking.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not a fucking Chiefs fan.
Sometimes you know some shit that you're. I don't understand how you.
That is fair, but not about Tyreek Hill. I don't. I'm gonna guess 70.
To me, if he didn't have any more than 75 catches, I don't want to hear it. That's not well rounded. That's a deep threat. Am I wrong?
No, yeah, definitely wrong. But whatever. What was last year? 2020.
Yeah.
87 catches, 1,276 yards, 15 touchdowns.
How many?
1,276. That's only 15 yards a catch. So, Fuck off. I'm right again. You're wrong. Also, if we look back, by the way, if he's not injured, his rookie year, 61. Sure, only deep threat. 75, 87, injury, 58, 87. So clearly, you're the one who's wrong.
I mean, they do tend to give him like those little bubble screens and shit. I'm remembering now. Fuck you.
He runs the route tree. He can run every route. He makes great catches.
Those bubble screens did him in the Super Bowl. They couldn't even
get
by the way, fucking ball. Why didn't they allow the Chiefs to have like 8 offensive linemen?
Dog, they could have put everybody.
Andy Reid's overrated. You didn't adjust your game plan at all in the second half.
That we could tell from the side, that we could tell from the couch.
You didn't change. The only thing you did was you started having Tyreek Hill run around and end arounds and shit.
You know what we should have done?
Give him the ball.
Is ran the ball a little bit. You had Le'Veon Bell. Now, granted, Le'Veon Bell's ass, but
hot cross buns.
You know who they missed was Damian Williams.
Yeah,
that was the MVP.
And they really thought fucking I know. Why Patrick Mahomes should have never won that shit last year. He played like trash.
Hey, he won the fucking game. What did Yimmy do? Did he play better than Yimmy? I did. Shut the fuck up.
The referee on the sideline threw the ball better than fucking Yimmy.
All right, well, that was just rude, sir.
I'm wrong?
Yeah.
What else you got?
Oh, quarterbacks been basketball.
Yeah, we could talk about the Russ trade.
So, the Lakers, your Lakers, LeBron's team, made a trade. They had a package on the table for Buddy Hield. It was gonna be Kyle Kuzma, Trez, KCP, which is a lot for Buddy Hield, and a first-round pick for Buddy Hield. By the way, the Kings should have thrown Buddy Hield from Sacramento to LA.
What? Just for Trez? Because I'm not giving you anything for.
Listen. I'm saying if the Lakers offered Trez, KCP, Kyle Kuzma, and the first and the 22nd overall pick for Buddy Hield, they should have thrown Buddy Hield to LA. That's the best deal they're going to get for him.
And then cut Kuzma and KCP and keep Montrez and fucking.
Montrez didn't even start, bro. What are you talking about?
He's better than the other two you know.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's not.
Kuzma's trash. Doesn't play defense. Shoots like 3 for 11 every game. And KCP, what's his real name?
Contavious Caldwell Pope.
I wanted them to tell me what his real name is.
Damn it. KCP Dak?
His buns.
No.
Hot cross.
He was like their best shooter.
Double hot cross. Yeah, and that goes to show you how bad that team was. So you add somebody that can't fucking shoot.
I was doing a thing before you fucking interrupted me. And instead of getting Buddy Hield, they sent the same package to Washington. Not for Bradley Beal. No, why would they get Bradley Beal? Come on. They got fucking Russ. And 2 second-round picks. Which essentially in the NBA equates to a dry hand job and Lay's potato chips.
But they purposely dry their hands, bro.
They purposely dry their hands and sprinkle the Lay's on top and then give it to you, dog.
And then look you in the eye like, that feels good, doesn't it? No.
Hey.
Feels terrible.
Remind me, I gotta tell you a joke after we get off air because we cannot say that on air. But what we can do is look up KCP's stats because I want to see what he shot last year.
My problem with it is we were the worst 3-point shooting team in the league last year, and we just added another dud.
What do you think he shot from 3, by the way, bud?
35.
41% from 3.
Right.
So you're wrong. But
on how many attempts per game?
4. So it's under the 5 limit, but...
Okay. So maybe we shut up? Thanks. So anyway, so
who were you talking to? Me? Shut up. No, first of all, you're wrong. I think
literally shooting 2 for 5, which is pretty good from 3. But if you shot less than 5, I don't really give a fuck.
Listen, I made that rule up, so I'm also in agreement there. However, that's better than I thought it was.
Yeah, and
shooting.
it's a lot easier to say your name with 3 fucking letters than fucking Contavious Caldwell Pope.
KCP for 3. Listen, Buddy Hield would have been a better fit than Russ. Here's the crazy shit.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I have a lot I want to say.
I'm listening.
I got emotions, I got feelings, I got chest pains. I gotta get it out. So here's the thing.
Pain in your chest, you can't breathe.
Can't breathe. Here's the thing. I want to preface this by saying I do not think the addition of Russell Westbrook makes it a super team in any way. Russ, in my opinion, doesn't fit. He shoots too much and not efficiently. He passes only when he absolutely has to, and I don't love him on the defense side of the ball. All that being said, the people are like, well, it's obviously a super team. They have 37,000 All-Star appearances, All-NBA appearances. LeBron's 18 of those, first of all. Second of all NBA appearances from your past do not mean you are a great player today. So if they sign fucking Joe Harris, who has 4 All-NBA or whatever, but that was 6 years ago, it doesn't fucking matter. Russ is not an All-NBA player. Maybe he made it last year for the triple-double. I don't know. If he did, it was third team. And also anything after second team, I don't care about because that's the bot. So
you barely made it.
All-NBA first and second team is the top 10 players in the NBA. The problem with All-NBA is it's by position. So, like, they have to take best point guard, best shooting guard, best small forward, best power forward. So it's a little skewed, but All-NBA first 2 teams is all I care about.
Right.
Okay. So what's going to happen if my beliefs are right, the Lakers win, it's a super team, LeBron can only win with a super team, even though all the shit talk that's going on right now about how it's not going to work and how... So essentially what's going to happen is 20 games in the next season, it's going to be a super team because they're going to be goddamn 15-1 or some shit. And they're going to look awesome. But I still am not comfortable saying it's a super team because if you're starting THT and Marc Gasol still, not a super team.
2 things. One, I think it's a huge mistake because you're bringing a point guard, a ball-heavy point guard on a team. Stop me if I've said this before. You're bringing a ball-heavy point guard on a team with LeBron James, who is best and most efficient when?
He has the ball.
Oh, that's crazy. And then 2, Anthony Davis is still your fucking problem on this team because you don't know what he's going to be. You don't know if he's going to play, how many games he's going to play, and how effective he's going to be. I constantly think people overrate how good this kid is. Only because he doesn't take care of his body in the offseason. Doesn't do anything to get bigger, healthier. I've said from day one about Anthony Davis, put some goddamn weight on, man. You're too fucking big to be that skinny.
All right, I'm going to have to stop right there, pal. Listen, you're half right. People talk about Anthony Davis the way they do because they've seen what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the bubble, when he was the second best player on a championship team, and now granted you're second to LeBron, which means...
But why though?
No, yes. That's why, because they see him do that shit. They see him, a 6'10" guy hitting game-winning threes. They see him playing the pick and roll by himself, playing great defense, hustling. They see that shit. Where you're right is he does stay injured. But last year was the first time since he's been in LA, I know it's a year, that he's shown an injury issue. One is an Achilles, which it wasn't his tendon itself. It's actually your Achilles tendon runs in is a chute, essentially. So, like, imagine a PVC pipe, but your Achilles tendon runs in it. The chute around the Achilles tendon was what was irritated and inflamed, not his actual tendon. So they were not, and because it was an Achilles and he's a giant, they were extra cautious. That's not his fault. He was ready to play before then. Second off, the playoffs proves that he was trying his best. He came back when he was on one leg and tried his damnedest with his groin injury to try to help the Lakers win in Game 6. He couldn't play. He could hardly fucking move. So I think his injury thing is 60% overblown, and I think where you're right is his taking care of his body, and it seems like his off-season work. I agree with you there.
He doesn't work out.
I agree. I'm not arguing that point.
Get your big ass in the fucking gym.
I think
and pick up one dumbbell.
Here's what I'm hoping.
Go do this, but like all over, for like 3 hours a day.
Here's what I'm hoping.
Look at LeBron. Look at what LeBron has done his entire.
But that is not normal shit.
Yeah, but how are you his teammate?
That's why it was really hard to play. That's why it's really hard to play for him. That's why it's really hard to play for Jordan. Because Jordan expects you to do the shit Jordan does. And you can't do that shit. First of all, LeBron took what Jordan did, which is like, hey, if I work out, I might get better. And he took it to another level. So, not everybody can do that. It's part of the reason why great players like Jordan don't make good coaches.
Although if you ask Ben, it's because LeBron's on steroids.
Ben. So we're doing steroids now?
Oh yeah, bro. So anyways, so speaking of,
I just tapped myself in the nut and it hurt real bad.
Speaking of the Wizards, because I think Bradley Beal's done, so that team's done.
Bradley Beal's not done.
This is how you do. Yeah, he's done in Washington.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He said he was going to be traded.
Okay, he's not going to be traded.
We're not done talking about this though. We're not done talking about this though.
He can opt out, which he's going to do. So yeah, technically he's not going to be traded. He's going to go where the fuck he wants. Anyways, go ahead.
No, keep going. What do you want to say?
I was going to talk about a different sport.
I'm not done with Russ.
I am. What do you need? What more do you need to say? It's not going to work.
Or
nope.
Okay. So listen. So LeBron. Here's where I'm hoping. Right. I want it to work. I'm with you. I'm in the same side of the field you are. Just shut the fuck up and let me have optimism,
stop
please.
Playing fucking devil's advocate.
I have to. And devil's avocados are my favorite. Listen. I agree with you. I fucking love avocado. I like guacamole.
You know what they say about avocado, right?
What is
I'll tell you off camera.
Oh, it tastes like a clean dick? That's I've heard. Yeah, it doesn't. I like avocados, so. Mm-hmm. You tell me you ain't eat a bowl of guacamole? I put guac right here.
Guacamole.
Guacamole's fantastic.
It looks like troll boogies.
Troll boogies. You're an idiot. Listen.
Nope.
LeBron and Anthony Davis and Russ met at his house 2 weeks before the trade. Mm-hmm. And they are committed to putting their egos aside, meaning essentially I think what's going to happen is LeBron is going to step off the ball, let Russ do a thing. And it's better because LeBron not being on the ball the whole time at this stage in his career is a benefit, because what can happen is if he doesn't do it for every single game going in, maybe in the playoffs, takeover mode's a little easier to activate.
You won't be so tired.
Right. And I don't understand. People keep saying it's going to help take pressure off Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis already doesn't have pressure. He has to catch lobs and hit a couple faves in the post.
His game's not going to change at all. He
might
have a fewer touches.
Not only, but I think what's going to happen is he's actually going to score a little more because Russ is going to do that thing where he cuts and just leaves the ball for the big man. That's his favorite way to get assists, so I think that's what he's going to. And with a super talented big like AD, I think you see a lot of those. There are ways I can envision it working. However, you're right. 3-point line's going to be a problem. But the last 3 years, no NBA champion has shot over 34%. The Bucks were 34. The Lakers last year were 33. And the Raptors were like 32 or 33 when they won. So defense is going to be king. If Russ is a really good defensive point guard, then I think it still has a chance to work. I think LeBron knows more about basketball than we'll ever know, and I think if Rob Pelinka obviously asked him, and they communicated, I think that LeBron made the final decision. I would guess he gave the final approval, like, yeah, I want to do this. Especially after meeting with Russ, he was like, yes, I think we can make this work. So I'm gonna trust that. I think DeMar DeRozan needs to stay his ass away from here. He's a mid player from jump, and he only does one thing, and that's get in the fucking way of LeBron and at this point Russ. Too. Kyle Lowry's done because they have a point guard now. I think Melo is a perfect fit. Come off the bench. He's a shooter. He's a catch and shoot shooter. He's an ISO bucket.
With somebody like him, he actually does pair well with LeBron because he's always ready to fucking. But
the thing with him is he needs to come off the bench though.
Oh, for sure.
We can't have him in the starting lineup. He's got to come off the bench. If he averages fucking 14, 15, 16 points. You know what's going to happen, though?
When we play 2K, I'm going to completely ignore LeBron, and I'm fucking you up with Russ again.
That did hurt my chest. But anyway.
Russ is OKC Russ is
snapped.
It's broken, bro. Snapped. My man don't miss at the rim, which is bullshit.
Anyway, that's a lot of bullshit in 2K, but I think I'm trying to have optimism because I feel real down. The other thing I see is really gonna piss me off is that they're gonna get the positive negative is that I foresee it working, and then the shit talking that's gonna happen is, well, he built a super team even though 6 months earlier people were saying it's never gonna work.
Well, just what you need to do is you need to write down all the statements they're making now.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Skip?
Yeah. Skip on Monday. You're going to hear about it next week. Skip on Monday is going to say LeBron built a super team, except that he posted a video saying, no, LeBron, no. And I didn't listen to it because I hadn't seen him all week, so I was kind of like getting used to not having to listen to him.
You were happy, weren't you?
I was chilling.
You were in a good mood?
I was so happy this week. I didn't know why.
I smiled every day.
He's gonna be the first person to say it's not gonna work, and come back when they win the championship and say he built a super team. Also,
he's got to be the most contradictory motherfucker there is. Right?
Dog, he will contradict himself in the same goddamn sentence.
Colin Cowherd's the same fucking way, bro.
But I like Colin, so it's like
he was literally sitting there shitting all over Giannis and all that.
And then was like, hey, so a couple tweets I saw that I enjoy and empathize with. First tweet says, if Bron wins a ring with Kyrie and Russ before KD wins one with either, it's going to get ugly on here on Twitter. It's going to be rough. And the other one was, we need Russell Westbrook to win a championship with LeBron strictly for agenda-pushing purposes. Because KD couldn't win with Russ and LeBron did, especially at a later stage in his career. I would love that.
I just want another title in LA.
See, but you're an LA fan, and I respect that.
I don't give a fuck who wins, as long as the purple and gold win.
Yeah, so I hope they win too. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna give LeBron the benefit of the doubt. I always have. So I'm gonna ride with him on that. Baseball.
It's not so much baseball, okay? It's the concept that's going on right now in Chicago that I'm going to talk about.
I think baseball and we got two topics left, and then we'll get out of here.
So the Cubs are
Cubbies
fucking sell right now. They sold everybody.
Believe they have no more members of their 2016 championship team left.
Chris Bryant is playing for the Giants now. I know Rizzo. He's in Yankees got Anthony Rizzo, and it's all over the place. I bring this shit up because I want to talk to... I don't know if we've ever talked about this on air, but I want to get your thoughts on how long do you wait as a franchise before you sell whatever you can sell and rebuild? Baseball's a little harder, only in that you have to trust your farm system because you cannot trade draft picks in baseball, which actually this is not a thing. Which I like.
You can't, or they won't, or teams don't.
You can't. You cannot trade draft picks.
Why? What the fuck?
Why? Because it keeps that side of it separate. You could trade your farm system.
Side note, I'm gonna just wedge my way into your baseball conversation real quick here. Did you know the Los Angeles Anaheim Angels drafted 20 pitchers in their last draft? Every single draft pick they had was used on a pitcher.
You know why?
Because their pitching sucks.
They're trying to get fucking Mike Trout some fucking help. Obviously, you didn't know Ohtani was going to be a fucking animal this year, but I digress. So, I'll ask you this. Since you were more of a basketball and football guy,
mm-hmm.
How long do you think a team, i.e.
It's very situational, and here's why. For example,
how bad are you?
Yes. Because, like, for the Wizards...
That's the team I was thinking about.
So, because Bradley Beal is a super talented. I don't think he's top 15. Maybe he might be top 15, top 20, easily top 20. Maybe top 15 type player, right? I think we both agree he lacks on the defensive end a little bit, but his scoring output and shooting is obviously there. The Wizards are holding on to him. I think they've put in enough time. So, for example, I think he's in his 7th year now, right? I think that's... Let him go. Trade it. Start over. Because at this point, if you haven't... See, and here's the other thing. Some teams don't want to be good. Or they want to be just good enough. Where...
Like Cincinnati?
Yeah. We keep making the playoffs. We're trying. We're doing our best. But they're super cool being mediocre. The Browns, I think they tried in good faith. But
they try now.
Yeah.
I think now. But like for the longest time.
They kept Hugh Jackson for 3 years.
Cincinnati kept old boy for fucking 15.
I think it was 20.
Marvin,
yeah. So, in my opinion, it goes like this, right? Where are you on the spectrum? For example, the Lakers not just won a title a couple years, 2 years ago now, 1 year and a half ago, whatever. Lakers just won a title. They've got LeBron towards the end of his career. They have 4 years, maybe.
Oh, he said he wants to keep playing.
To be generous, I'll give him 4, with LeBron being a still good NBA player. You go all out. You do whatever. You make shit like Russ happen. If you're the Wizards, probably should have been done 2 years ago at the 5-year mark because you weren't working.
When you traded John Wall, you should have also traded Bradley Beal.
Right.
Not in the same trade.
I think the Cubs, 5 years, if we couldn't win another title, blow it up. I think the 5 years, is the absolute maximum, in my opinion.
The difference with, like I said, football, a first-round draft pick
I think every first round draft pick should get 3
all
years.
throughout. No, I'm just saying trade piece wise. A first round draft pick, unless you fucking blow it, can make an immediate impact in football.
Should
make it exactly, and even a second, maybe a third, depending on.
So I think the way they break it down, first round draft pick is superstar, game one starter, should make Pro Bowls. Second round is solid NFL starter, could make a Pro Bowl, but is going to start for you probably year one. Third round is project, might be a starter. Everything after that is hopes and prayers, essentially. So if you draft a guy in the first round, he should be a superstar.
But I'm saying trade piece wise, the first round draft picks, like high draft picks, like first round, second round in the NFL mean more to me than draft picks in the NBA period, unless you're talking about
top five. I agree.
Because top five, that's where the NBA is different. Outside of the top five, it's very fucking hit and miss.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think if you're in football, 3 years before you load up, because then it gives your first round draft picks time to mature. It gives your coaching staff time to get their players. Same thing with college football. I hate when they fire a guy after a year.
Man,
he doesn't even have time
like
to get his.
I don't even like that at all. Period.
He doesn't even get a chance to get his guys in his system put in. The only time it's acceptable is like in a Freddie Kitchens.
Tyrone Willingham.
Hey, he got the players that Coach Wise won with.
That's what I'm saying. Them firing Tyrone Willingham is the reason.
But he had years in though, because it was Bob Davey then Tyrone for like 4 years, bro.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to get his guys in. He was still playing with fucking Davey's team. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying when they fired Tyrone Willingham, I stopped being a Notre Dame fan because it was hot cross buns.
I agree. They did Coach Tyler dirty. I, by the way, have a signed picture of him. My mom met him at like the dentist or some shit. She also ran a Bob Davey at the dentist, but
Coach Ty.
We got my brother to say that. That was like one of his first words. Was Coach Ty. He would say that all the time. Anyway, I think in college football, maybe you give him an extra year. You give him 4, so you're guaranteed to have your guys, your system.
I say 5.
It's a long time.
Yeah, but if you trust the guy you're hiring, 5 years.
4 or 5.
That way, all of the previous guys are out.
But they might. But
and then his guys are in.
I see what you're saying. I think in the NFL, 3 years before you blow it up and try again, unless you're like real close. Like the Browns, for example. Baker's going into his 3rd year or his 4th year now. I think it's his 4th now.
4th year.
I think you got to hold on to him. He's showing He's showing improvement. He's showing progress. Like it's
to me with Baker's not as bad as everyone tries to make him sound like. He's not like upper tier. He's mid.
Yeah.
I feel like you can build a Super Bowl team around Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, definitely. Only thing he has to do is not turn the ball over. This Browns team's gonna be second, or if not win that division, bro.
I think they're gonna win.
If Baltimore steps back, or if
they didn't do anything, what'd they do?
God damn it!
What'd they do?
I'm not talking about this with you right now.
I'm disappointed. You're wasting a really good, fun quarterback to watch. It's the same thing that the fucking Falcons did with Michael Vick before he started killing all the dogs.
First of all, he didn't kill any dogs. They just fought at his house. Let's clear that up. Second of all,
if I kill somebody at your house and you know about it, you're still implicit.
It's not the word you want, but whatever.
Complicit.
Anyway, if you kill somebody in my house, let me know so I can help
hide it.
Hide the body.
Then you're.
I know, but I'm willing to do that for you. Listen, we aren't killing anybody, guys. It's all jokes here, just jokes. Listen, the Cubs definitely waited the right amount of time. I think they got what they could back. I'm kind of surprised because the way Chris Bryant's career started, I'm surprised they even traded at all.
The beautiful thing about baseball, the thing that I like about it the most, if you really pay attention to the trades, they can really make an impact faster than what you think. Because a lot of times when you sell these big name guys, you're getting packages of prospects.
Right.
So literally, the guys you get today could be starters in 2 years.
That's a long time.
It is a long time, but
Baseball's
think about
so
it.
Slow.
It
Everything
is.
in baseball
And
so
I
slow.
finally come around to the thought that they need to fucking shrink the season.
I'm proud of you. We argued about that heavy for a couple
May.
years ago.
I think you cut out April and you start the playoffs in September instead of October and April.
Isn't it Mr. October though?
Yeah, man, he's done being dog. Depending on how long the playoffs go, you could have a World Series game in November, and you start in March. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's literally December, January, February, and pitchers and catchers report in February. You're talking three,
crazy.
Not even
especially
three,
for pitchers, man.
bro.
But I mean, if your team sucks, you got like 6 months off. So,
hey, we don't suck. We're doing what
y'all better win the fucking series this year.
No, bro, we're doing what we always do. We go get all the heavy hitters and get no pitchers every time. And then we're like, I don't understand how we're down 5-1. It's like, yeah, because all those fucking power hitters you got keep striking the fuck out.
You got Aaron Judge. You got Giancarlo Stanton, who I think is hurt. You got fucking Anthony Rizzo.
Shock.
You got fucking Jacob DeGrom. No, that's the pitcher. Who's the guy they got? The hitter? Who's the hitter?
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo. I got that guy. You already had fucking... Who's your first baseman? Abreu?
No.
Jose
Abreu plays for the fucking White Sox.
Alright, that was close, dog. I got a black and white team.
The only reason why I know that is because I'm playing a franchise mode with him in the show, and I just traded his old ass. He is 35.
Catcher? Did you catch or hit? I don't know. Anyway, point being.
Gary Sanchez?
Yeah, that's the one I meant.
He is just like fucking Giancarlo Stanton. If he hits it, it's going a country mile. I don't like Stanton. I don't like what he represents as a baseball player.
Swinging hard.
He strikes out a fuck ton.
That happens when you swing for the fences.
Oh, you remember when he got hit in the face?
No.
That's why if you ever see him, he wears the...
Oh, the hook thing?
He got
I do remember that now that you say that.
Anyways,
all right, time to shit on the WWE.
Oh, we were doing this? We haven't talked about the wrestling in so long.
We haven't talked about the wrestling in a minute, mostly because you don't really watch it anymore, and I'm over here just watching it.
Why didn't I watch it? Because the guy you're about to talk about.
So, today the WWE...
cut our favorite wrestler.
They said released due to budget cuts. They released Bray Wyatt. The Fiend is gone.
I don't think it's permanent. I think they're literally going to do what they did with Samoa Joe. Although I don't. Never mind. I take it back. They haven't done the right thing in so fucking long.
They haven't done the right thing with Bray Wyatt.
They cut Braun Strowman, who if he ever held the belt, it wasn't long enough.
Not long enough at all.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the champions that they have now, I guess are all right.
Roman's
Bobby Lashley and Roman are both heels.
They have two heel champs,
which I like.
I will give. Listen, Roman is playing this head of the table dickhead beautifully, man. He's gonna be fucking it up, bro.
It's really gonna be great when he loses his championship to Brock Lesnar when he comes back. It's gonna be so fantastic.
I want you to know I just got depression. I just right here, it just my whole chest like
he's gonna come in. I'm gonna tell this is what's gonna happen because this is what's always happened with when Paul Heyman picked a new guy. He's gonna fucking betray Roman. Brock's gonna get the belt. He's gonna go back with his daddy, and then they're gonna head off into the sunset with the belt.
Yeah. Also, you say every time. Doesn't Paul Heyman only have Brock at CM Punk and Roman?
Nope. He was with the Big Show for a long time. He switched sides. He went to the Big Show to betray Brock for the belt.
Here's the other thing.
With Paul Heyman comes betrayal.
Bobby Lashley is really good. I've loved Bobby from Jump Street.
I'm glad that they finally made both of them a full-on heel.
Yeah,
like
full-on badasses. I mean, I like them because they're good heels. You're right. I think you're right. I think Roman is gonna. I mean, Roman's obviously gonna lose eventually.
He's had the belt for a while.
A year now. Year and a half now, I think.
What makes more sense in this world than Daddy coming back and taking his shit? That's all Brock does. He comes in, wins the belt, holds it for a really long time, and then loses it, and then he just fucks off for like 2 years and comes back.
But yeah, Bray Wyatt actually made me sad. You're right here. They haven't done anything right by Bray yet. According to what Simon said from What Culture, it was Bray Wyatt was super protective of the Fiend, like because it's his creation. He made up all the bullshit. He made it all up, and he wanted to have more creative control. WWE wouldn't let him.
You know where he's gonna go.
I hope he does. You guess what? I'll start watching.
You know what? You know why I love the AEW? They just let everybody do what they want, and they don't have a non-compete clause, which means you can see like Kenny Omega. I don't know if you know who he is. Kenny Omega has been like a real big indie guy. Like he was in TNA. He did Japanese wrestling. He's on AEW, but he also is back and forth. He goes to TNA all the time. They don't have a non-compete, obviously. WWE does, so they can't do that.
Bray can't go anywhere for 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days, yeah.
But I hope they let him go to AEW. If he doesn't go, if you're wrong, or right, I guess, and they don't restructure his contract and bring him back, and he does leave, there's two. First, I don't know if he's going to wrestle again. I hope he does because he's really good at it and he's like really passionate, but he hasn't been the same since his friend died. Luke Harper. I don't know his real name. I apologize. But that really fucked him up, and so I think that's part of the reason why he hasn't been back on WWE, and that's why they had him lose at WrestleMania.
He took a sabbatical himself. Like he stepped away.
Right.
For like a month.
And I think that's part of the reason why WWE's let him go.
They say he's in really good shape now. He's lost some weight.
That's what I've seen too.
The
Fiend is so good.
On the other hand, want him to go to AEW and reform the family with Braun.
Oh yeah,
and just Braun. I don't fucking need Eric Rowan.
But I really love the Fiend, and I would love to see the Fiend on TV.
You can still have the Fiend in the family.
How?
It's fucking wrestling. You figure it out.
His alter ego comes
out. Fucking Chris
way.
Jericho's got a alter ego. I can't remember what the fuck his name is. And it was something that he wrestled under when he was in Japan, when he was fighting to get the name Chris Jericho. Because here's the thing about the WWE that people don't know is like they take everything from you if they can. Like they'll take your fucking the rights to your name, take all that shit.
They want all the money, and if they said they cut him for budget cuts, but they literally just had their most profitable quarter in the last 2 years. So
I'm hoping what's going on is the same shit that happened with Samoa Joe, and they cut him, but didn't really cut him. Like they called him up and was like, "Hey, don't fucking freak out." But the problem with Samoa Joe was his name was on a list of a bunch of people. Yeah, I've just heard
he's the only one for today, and that means.
But then I heard WWE recently put up new merchandise for Braun Strowman. I have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Okay, so you know what I heard a rumor a couple months ago was Vince is trying to get out. He wants to sell WWE. Like, actually. And what he's doing is getting rid of all the candy in the cupboards and going to give somebody a bare-ass company. He's sabotaging it himself so he can sell it and then make billions of dollars.
Why doesn't he just sell it to Paul Levitsky, or whatever the fuck you say Triple H's real name?
I don't know.
It's your fucking son. He clearly knows how to run the business better than you. Or son-in-law.
I'm just telling you what I heard. I think that's it for me. You got anything else?
Yeah, burn it down. I heard CM Punk's going to go to AEW.
It's not been confirmed, but it has been
they fucked him
rumored.
Off too, man.
Yeah, they did. CM Punk would have been awesome.
Imagine giving your all to the company and then they shit on
Dog, they had him lose to 5 part-timers in a row. Cena twice, The Rock, Brock Lesnar twice.
And the Undertaker, too.
Undertaker. Yeah. They said, you work every day for this company for years and years, and you're going to get shit on by dudes who come in and make way more than you for half the amount of time.
For the pop, man. Nobody wants to see The Rock. You don't go watch a fucking Rock match for him to fucking lose. You don't. It's like Goldberg.
He lost to fucking John Cena.
Yeah, but that's two titans. That is literally Hulk Hogan and The Rock over again. It is. No matter what you want to say about Cena.
Cena's great, though. Did you see the pop he got? Bro, they love Cena, bro.
Did you see Roman Reigns' fucking take on him? Was fucking hilarious. It's like fucking, you come out here, you do the same speech, you do the same thing. It's like missionary every single night.
Yeah, but did you hear John Cena clap back? He was like, yeah, but you have to change your shit because nobody likes you. So every time you're changing your shit every couple months because you can't do what I can do.
It's true.
Both are true.
All that for Cena to lose at SummerSlam.
But I will say this. One of the best promos ever. I know promos are staged and whatever. The best.
You still gotta sell it.
One of the best promos was when he fucked up Roman before their match at might have been SummerSlam a few years ago when Roman's trying to talk shit and he's like, it's called a promo, big guy. You're gonna have to cut one someday. and he's trying to talk and he's like, come on, spit it out. Like, he's fucking him up, bro. I love that one.
Well, you never saw the one with The Rock where he had the promo written on his hand?
The Rock had the promo on his hand?
It was like when he first came back, like before they.
Oh yes, I do.
They talk shit about him. Yeah. Sorry about the wrestling, but
we can
the older I get, the more I can't shake it. And then if the game that comes out this year is what it's supposed to be, what I'm hearing it is, get ready because it's going to be SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah, it's not, bro. It's not. Hey, maybe we could stream that. Mm-hmm. We could have GM mode. We'll have a Monday night show and we'll have a Friday night or a Saturday night show. Either way.
The only thing is, I don't like to wrestle in matches. I like them to play.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll set it up so where we'll come in and we'll do a show. Right. We'll do Monday Night Raw. We'll live stream it. So we'll watch the matches. We'll commentate. We'll shut off the audio. We'll commentate shit. You'll explain the storylines or something. And then on Friday, same shit. We'll have a Friday night SmackDown.
I want this to happen now.
It could.
They better fucking do it. GM
we would need a few more things here, but
I would never do. I've never done a genuine like they had it way back in the day, where like each wrestler actually cost money and shit.
Yeah, the 07. You had to draft.
Keep their happiness up and shit, and they wanted to leave the show.
That was fun as fuck. But anyway, we're closer to our time than I thought. Like we said, we can get talking a little bit, but that's kind of why we want to have a podcast.
You brought wrestling up.
To be fair, we cut the wrestling real short than we usually do because usually we go on and on and on. But I know you're not really keeping up with it as much right now, so I didn't want to bore you with the details.
Well,
but
when Goldberg beat The Fiend, I was over it. And that's crazy because Goldberg is one of my favorite all-time wrestlers. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. He can barely wait for a jackhammer, bro.
Listen, you're right. But he's coming back to get his ass beat by Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. What is his...
He's going to beat Bobby Lashley.
No, he's not. What's his punchline? What's his slogan?
You're next.
Right, got it, right. You're next! Also, side note.
No, first off, you don't have nearly enough bass in your voice for that.
I can't do that.
You're next.
Anyway. You think you got enough bass for Goldberg? Fuck you.
No, but I'm closer than you fucking tenor. I'm a baritone.
Hey, dog. Fuck you.
Are those the right words?
Yes, I think so. But anyway, so he got two things, and then we'll go. First thing, I went and watched his comeback to WWE after 12 years when he did his return and he was going to wrestle Brock. And he's got, maybe I got one more badass spear in me.
Devastating jackhammer.
And he's got, maybe I've got one more devastating jackhammer in me. He does eye shit. And he's like, and he says, Brock, not only are you next, you're last. And I'm like, I got goosebumps even though I knew he wasn't last. I really wish it would have been his last match. That would have made that promo.
Series? No, because he needed two. He needed to wash Brock, and then they needed to build up to WrestleMania. He needed to do.
And then win at WrestleMania, go off into the sunset. That's the end of it. That's what they need to do.
They need to stop bringing him back.
I agree.
Don't get me wrong.
110%. 120%. First of all, second point. He comes out on Monday night. Bobby Lashley just whooped some
they fucking
Keith Lee. He just beat the dog shit out of Keith Lee.
They washed Kofi Kingston again, bro.
Fuck Kofi Kingston.
That is so disrespectful.
Fuck Kofi Kingston.
Not washed, squashed him. They squashed him.
Dumb. Big E. Listen, so Goldberg comes out. His music's dope. Crowd loses their mind. Absolutely. He gets in the ring, looks directly in Bobby Lashley's eyes, and says, I'm next.
Yeah.
You fucked it up! Why would he say I'm next? That's what he says to other people.
The promo before that was Bobby Lashley talking about who's next.
That might make it okay. I didn't watch that part.
Yeah, and then fucking Goldberg comes in and starts giggling like he's like a madman. He says, I'm next.
Alright, I might be okay with it. I thought they were like fucking up his catchphrase.
No, bro, yeah. I think Bobby Lashley was talking about, I fucking destroyed Kofi Kingston and I've done all this shit. Who's next? Who's left for me to fucking... I'm next.
Alright, I like it again. Anyway, thank you guys for your time. I gotta go before we get on it.
Yeah, dog, because we can do a whole nother hour just off this shit, man.
We can't do it, dog. Anyway, appreciate you guys for listening. Hope you guys have a great week. We will catch you here next week. Hey, and if you hear anything that you like that I say, like, for example, doing more streams or, like, doing video games,
or maybe
if you
fucking,
like that shit.
Maybe just one of us has to go and then the other one can do it by himself. That's just kidding. We're a package deal. You want to listen to just this face talk?
To be fair, I've
this
thought
guy
about.
can't just yell in the room.
I've thought about like making like little like couple minute videos here and there sometimes, but I'm not brave enough. I don't think I could talk to myself. Do you know how hard? That's the hardest part, bro. I don't think I could do it.
A lot of the big YouTubers said that was the hard. That was like the Markiplier and all that.
Yeah, getting comfortable talking to you.
The longest part was talking to nobody.
Yeah. Anyway, we're doing that now. Thank you guys for listening.
You're talking to me. I'm talking to you.
Our shadows are really into it. Anyway,
talking to the Fiend. He's in the house.
Don't do that to me, because if I see that.